Hi everyone. I'm just going to give you a quick couple of tips on how you can use stamps and sort of create your own sort of library of stamps if you want to, by using separate files and just saving objects in them. So I'll start off, we'll just do this little, use this little baby sculpt of baby Yoda I did yesterday. So how I do stamps, because the stamp tool can be a little bit glitchy if you're just doing rough copy, because it can add to the file size. So if you want to keep it down, I'll show you a few tricks to keep the file size down for that. So you can, so I've just done a couple of demo ones here. So I've saved a hand and a controller in this one. So if you just save multiple objects in, say, one file, you can transfer the stamps between files. So I'll get the hand for a start. I'll just figure out what layer we're on 1.2. Grab that. Now we'll load back into the other one. And I'll go to one of my other layers. So this is where it can get a little bit interesting with stamps. If you were to use just whatever its standard is, rough copy, and it's quite easy to place because you could just move it wherever exactly you want it. But you watch when I click it, you zoom in, it's got quite a lot of small voxels. But the other way, so I can delete that, you can click that and it'll bring up exact snap small, but see it'll snap to certain spots, and see I want it to line up with that. So you might think, oh, that's not going to work. But as long as what you can do is create a separate layer. So I've got this layer, so I've got it already set aside for the hand. So I'll just basically just dump that on that layer. Hang on, I'll go to exact snap because it changes every time. So I'll put exact snap. So then you go in, it's exactly how it was when I created it. Now what I do is go back to the layers, to this particular layer, unlock it, and now I can move it across. I'll just lock it again so I can shift my camera around. Now if I unlock it, I can just rescale it to whatever, and I'll just make it the same size as that one, roughly. A little bit big. About there. And then we'll lock that up. Save it. So it's a way of resizing something that's exact copied, but you just got to put it on an individual layer, because obviously if you have a couple of objects on that layer, it'll move everything. So you just want one object on each layer if that's what you're doing. Probably won't work so good if you're doing a brick wall with stamped bricks, because you don't want to be making a layer for every brick. Now I'll just load back into this one again. So I'll get the controller this time. I'll clear that one. And we'll load back in. Go to another layer. Maybe go to that. No, not that layer. Maybe. Yeah, we'll go to that layer. There doesn't seem to be anything on that layer. And we'll go to exact snap. Just get it roughly positioned right for a start. About there. Now we'll go clear that. Go back to layers. And then we'll unlock that layer. Just lock it up again so I can maneuver around to see if I've got it positioned right. And I just suddenly realised, I think we might have, need to be mirrored. So what I can do now, just re-stamp it. Let's get rid of that one. That's better. Now if we go unlock it again, lock up our layer, just move in a bit closer. Now unlock it again. And then we'll lock that up. Now we'll just bring his hands around the front here. This is just I'll just use rough stamp for this because otherwise I'll end up moving everything if I try and do it the other way. I'll just use the same finger here, so you're getting the idea anyway what I'm up to. And I'll just go back to bulge, deflate. And this will sort of tidy up some of that. Little bits like this you can get away with rough stamping and not getting too much file size if you just tidy it up with the bulge deflate brush after you've done it. And I might just twist his thumb around. Just put that in there, do a bit of a tidy up on it. And there you have it. I hope that was of some help to you guys. I'll catch you on the next one.